Okay, so I want this to be done on Miro, okay, Miro.com, right, as well as Notion. So everybody would be able to operate all this from Notion. I'm going to break down the steps by steps, which I have already drawn up right here. Okay, so first step is actually research. Research, okay. So under research, you see here, there's tools and there's documents, right? So all these must be provided for and they must be processed by the research team, okay? But process doesn't mean use like directly, right? There's a creative guy that you always need to consult to use directly. So these tools will include SEMrush, Ahrefs, so these are paid subscriptions, and then there are the generic FB library tools and the Google transparency tools. So at the end of every 1 or 2 weeks, right, let's say every week, we would go through the tools and then we will update what we see on the documents, which is here. Okay, and then there are also spy tools like AdFlex, Adplexity, and SpyPush, right? So all these are actually paid subscriptions. So the research team actually needs to update it. Okay, then once this is done, this information will be available as these documents, right? Which is, I mean, you're familiar and you saw them before, right? MC Market Competitor Research, then there's the prop trading competitor research, and then we have our ads copywriting and campaign tracking. Okay, so these documents are right now they are just I think not very well designed, but what I will need you to do is to give this to make sure that the research team, which is just you and me, knows how to use this. Okay, and once this is available, then we can move on to the next step. Okay, design. The next step is called design. Okay, so basically we will create those pages that you saw, right? So you notice that when I asked you to create those pages, I didn't give exact details, right? I just wanted the skeleton to be up. Okay, so this is still done by us, right? The skeleton to make sure it's up. Of course, you can ask the creative team for help, okay, but the thing is that usually the design is decided by you because you are the one that's in research, right? So you will know whether the flow, how it looks like, because you have a more complete overview. Of course, alternatively, you can let the creative person see all these and then draw up for you, but generally speaking, usually they are not very good at that, right? Because this is a research systems. Okay, so after stage 2, we're going to stage 3. Okay, so stage 3 is when we actually put the creative details in, or you know, this thing, black color, blue color, how many points, what do you talk about, right? So this is where the creative team starts to get creative and give a lot of ideas. Okay, so I want all this to be done in Notion, right? So the creative team can see this, and then, you know, of course, our account will see everything, and then the research team, which is just you and me right now, right, will see this. Okay, so find a way to put all this on Google, and also do one Miro, right, so that it becomes clearer. Okay, then once that is done, means that we are ready to run ads. Okay, so running ads will be tracking setup. So you basically you'll put in the offers or the campaign URLs, right, and then after that we would optimize it. Okay, so this one only you and I will know, right? So the rest just assumes that it just runs normally. Okay, but this is important because this is alternative traffic, right? Unless you was on Facebook and Google, then you know you don't really need this. They can do it on their own. After that, we'll start the campaign. Okay, so everything is recorded down in the ads and copywriting, right? So you can imagine, right? This is one loop. Okay, and then after that, what will happen is that there will be a review. Okay, so review basically is just volume. Take a screenshot of the last 3 days or the last 7 days, right? By campaign or by offer or lender. Okay, and then this review is where the creative team have to come back again, right? So they did the advertising here, they saw our research, and then they need to come back here and say, hey, okay, what's wrong? How can we make it better? So this job of reviewing, right, the tech team, which is us, is responsible for making this happen, right? But the participants and the content should be from the creative team, right? Okay, so once all is done, then we go back to stage 1. Okay, so draw it up nicely on Miro as well as Notion.